What it do? And welcome back to All Sports Media TV. I am your host, KJ the Great 09. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button. We about to talk about it. Former welterweight title contender, now junior middleweight super welterweight title contender, Vergil Ortiz will be making his ring return against Serhii Bohachuk, the WBC interim champion at that weight class. This will be August 10th. August 10th. Vergil Ortiz is 21 wins, no losses, no draws. All 21 wins by way of knockout. 100%. In his last fight, he got a first round TKO over Thomas Delorme. Man, I was like, please put up a challenge for this guy. But what did we expect? In his ring return, after being out of the ring for extended amount of time due to, post fights being postponed, and he had health issues trying to make weight, he came back against Frederick Lawson. Boom, first round KO. All of that was this year. You guys got to give this guy a challenge. Come on, people. This guy is hungry. Come to the ring hungry. Nonetheless, man, as you guys know, he's a devastating puncher. He's got that left hook. He's got those bombs coming from the other side. Man, this guy, I'm not gonna say total package, man. I won't say that, but man, who can beat this guy, man? Who's gonna step up and beat this guy? Now, Serhii Bohachuk, he's a strong, tough chin fighter, man. And he really impressed me in his last fight with Brian Mendoza. He got a unanimous decision over Brian Mendoza, and I thought Brian Mendoza, after watching his last few fights, I was like, man, he's really impressing me as well. He's strong chin, pretty durable. He got a knockout over Sebastian Fundora to pick up the WBC interim title when he knocked him out. But yeah, I was like, man, dude, this guy, Bohachuk, he's big. He looks big in the ring for this weight. Like, he's big. He's mobile. He throws hard punches. The one time he lost in his career, he lost the 8th round KO victory to Brandon Adams. But he came back and he picked up, and he showed that he learned from his mistakes that he made in that fight, and he's on the curve of trying to get to winning a title. He had a first round KO recently over Patrick Alote. I was impressed with that, man. I watched the highlights of it, and the guy, he's impressing me. This is gonna be a banger, man, a barn burner. Serhii Bohachuk, he's 24 wins, 1 loss, no draw, with 23 wins by way of knockout. Like I was saying a minute ago, I think this fight is gonna be one of the top fights of the year, because when I look ahead and I look at other cards, you kind of sometimes make an assessment of like, oh yeah, well, that guy, he's a good name, but that's not going to be a good fight for this guy who's supposed to be, world class level. But I think both of these fighters are, in the world class level. Maybe not pound for pound best, but I think Vergil Ortiz, probably he can be pound for pound one of the best guys. But I think somebody's gonna get knocked out, man, and I think it's gonna come between 6 rounds. I don't want to say who I'm gonna pick, but just know that this fight is gonna be a barn burner, man. Two guys who love to get in there, who love to bang, who love to throw hands. What do you guys think about this fight? It's August 10th for the WBC interim title. Now, you guys got to remember the WBC champion is Sebastian Fundora, because he replaced um, Keith Thurman against Tim Tszyu, and pretty much picked up 2 titles in that fight, the WBO title and the WBC title. But he was stripped of the WBO title because Terrence Crawford was his mandatory, and he chose to fight Errol Spence instead of fighting Terrence Crawford, which when Terrence Crawford fights against Israel Madrimov, he's going to be fighting for the WBA title and the WBO title, essentially giving him the opportunity to become unified in a 4th division right off the rip. Now, what will the WBC do? Because we've seen the history of them, mandating fights after fights happen. So it's Errol Spence, Sebastian Fundora. That fight goes down. Will the winner of this fight, which should be the mandatory for the winner of that fight, take step aside money and allow the winner of Errol Spence and Sebastian Fundora to potentially unify in a 3-belt unification against Terrence Crawford? We don't know. We don't know what the WBC is going to do about that. But I definitely want to see this fight. I think it's going to be one of the best fights of the year. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. I appreciate every like, share, subscriber. You guys make this worth the while. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.